Hello everyone and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we encountered our rival, Silver. Put him in his place real quick for checking back up with Professor Elm, who sent us on our way on the Pokemon Gym Challenge. We also caught ourselves a Phanpy, who actually is now at level 7. And you can see at level 7, Phanpy already has more HP than Hot Pocket, who's at level 9. So that's one of the reasons that I like having Phanpy on my team. Also, I promise I'll start calling her by her actual name, Elephant the elephant. Yeah, one of the reasons I like having a Phanpy on my team, though, is because they have a lot of defense and HP. They're a good physical tank. So, especially early in the game, that's pretty good to have. Nevertheless, though, let's go ahead and start our venture up on Route 30. And get in a random battle. Why not? Let's go ahead and use this to actually show off our newly strengthened up Elephant. So this Caterpie's at level 4, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for us now. Yeah, see, our tackle is doing pretty good damage. I don't know off the top of my head what Elephant's attack looks like compared to Hot Pocket's. I can actually check that here in a moment. But, yeah, her defense and HP are a lot higher than other Pokemon would be at about her level right now. Which, like I said, is why I like to have her on the team. And down goes Caterpie. That was pretty easy. It didn't even get to use a tackle on us. Just kept spamming String Shot. Okay, so if you go to Pokemon and click Stats, you'll get to see these 3 screens here. This shows, type, level, XP. Status is whether or not it has a status ailment. Next up are its moves, and up on the top there it says item is where the hold item is. By the way, that PP underneath each of the moves is the move's power points. That's how many times you can use the moves before you, can't anymore. And then over here, the blue square is the actual stats. So as you can see, Phanpy's got pretty good attack and defense. A little bit lackluster in special attack and special defense, but it won't even need special attack at all. Speed is going to end up being a little bit below average. Okay, yeah, Hot Pocket does have a lot more attack. Then again, Hot Pocket is also 2 levels higher. Hot Pocket's specialties are special attack and speed, whereas he has lower defense. You can see they actually have the same defense, even though Elephant is 2 levels lower than Hot Pocket. So yeah, each Pokemon has kind of like some specialties of where it's good at in terms of stats. And when you want to make a team, you want to kind of balance out not only types, making sure you have a bunch of different types. You also want to make sure that you have a bunch of different, a good spread of stats as well. Like, you don't want to have a bunch of Pokemon that are all physical tanks, otherwise special attacks are just going to wreck you. But anyway, if we come up here up to the left side where those trainers were battling before, you can see now they're not anymore. This guy's standing off to the left now, and looks like he lost that battle earlier. And what do you mean I look weak? Well, in any case, it's time for I was going to say first, but it's actually our second trainer battle against the infamous youngster Joey himself. Yeah, this NPC is a bit of a meme, and, we actually won't be seeing why in this playthrough necessarily. I'll explain why here in a moment, but, in any case, yeah, youngster Joey's got a level 4 Rattata, which are level 7 Elephant should be more than a match against. Yeah, see how little damage they're doing now? That's courtesy of Elephant's high defense stat, as I've explained probably 3 different times now. See, even without the same type of attack bonus, or rather even with the same type of attack bonus, this Rattata can't do a whole lot of damage to us. If it didn't have the same type of attack bonus, that attack would probably be only doing 1 or 2 damage. But in any case, we managed to get through that battle pretty easily there. And we get a good chunk of experience for it as well. Now, if we talk to youngster Joey again... Yeah, I see, he's going to ask for our phone number. Now, certain trainers, after you beat them in battle, they'll ask for your phone number, and they'll call you later in the game if they want to rematch, and their Pokemon will actually be a higher level, which is pretty cool. They might also have items to give to you And certain NPCs will actually tell you when rare Pokemon are swarming, when they have a higher chance of appearing on that route. Now here's the thing with registering phone numbers. I'm actually going to say no. And the reason I'm going to say no, and why I won't be getting pretty much any phone numbers in the game, is because these trainers will stop you so often in the game and annoy you with phone calls. I'm also going to give a berry to Elephant. I meant to do that a little while ago, but I forgot to. Yeah, they will stop you very, very frequently with pointless calls about how their Pokemon are doing that serve to do nothing but waste your time. So for that reason, like I said, I'm not really going to be getting, well, any phone numbers in the game. There are a couple I might get in order to get some items I wouldn't be able to, able to otherwise get. Maybe. I haven't decided that just yet. For the vast majority of these trainers, though, like 98% of them, I will not be getting phone numbers from them. Now, if you want to get them to potentially rematch them later, you know, go for it. It's actually like a relatively decent way to get extra money and experience. The thing is, though, it's really not worth your way coming all the way back out here just to rematch these trainers. Especially early in the game when we don't have any kind of mode of fast travel. Oh, no, I don't want to switch Pokemon there. Never mind. But yeah, like I said, we don't have any kind of a fast travel or anything yet. So, you know, if we're 2 towns over and all of a sudden youngster Joey calls us and is like, hey, my Rattata's a lot stronger. Come battle me. It's really not worth it all the way to come get a meager amount of experience and, what, less than 100 Pokedollars? That's yet another reason I'm not going to be going for phone numbers in this playthrough. And that's not even just this playthrough. Honestly, even in my regular playthroughs, I typically ignore the trainers. Certainly if you want to, there's really no harm in doing that. Like, you're not gonna, again, with a couple exceptions, well, even in the long run, you won't miss out on anything, like, too important. But, the only thing you really stand to gain from it, again, is, like, potentially them notifying you of swarms of rare Pokemon, or sometimes giving you an item that you couldn't get until later in the game. I was trying to step out of the tall grass there, but... yeah, just another Caterpie here. I think probably after this route, I'm going to start editing out random battles. Maybe even this episode. I haven't really decided yet. Now, I will still show if we encounter a Pokemon we haven't seen yet in the wild. I'll still show that. I'll leave those kind of battles in. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to just eventually, pretty soon here, start editing these out. Alright, we grew to level 8. Now, I actually don't remember off the top of my head when Elephant learns her first move. She still only has Tackle and Growl at this point. Uh-oh, looks like we got another trainer here. Looks like they're looking for Bug-type Pokemon, which is pretty indicative because they're a bug catcher. Indicative? I surely meant to use a different word there, but in any case... yeah, these early trainers really aren't going to have anything too special. They won't have anything you can't really normally find around the route anyway, and their levels really aren't anything to speak of either. Now, you see, even with that string shot, we're still faster than them, then... oh, what do you know? A Caterpie that actually used a tackle attack. Yeah, see, that only did 1 point of damage. That just goes to show how good Elephant's tankiness it really is. And it also kind of goes to show how little of a chance our opponents stand here. Looks like they have one more Pokemon, another Caterpie. I thought it was going to be a different Pokemon, but I guess not. Thought it was going to be a Weedle. I think I've already mentioned Weedle. Weedle, unlike Caterpie, who's just a bug Pokemon, is actually a bug and a poison type. And as such, we'll use Poison Sting instead of Tackle. Another reason Phanpy is pretty good to have early in the game is... Phanpy is a ground-type Pokemon. And ground-type Pokemon are actually resistant to poison-type attacks. A lot of trainers in the early game are going to be using poison-type Pokemon. So that's a pretty good resistance to have. One of many reasons I like catching a Phanpy this early in the game. In any case, let's go ahead and get out of the tall grass here, and... let's see... no, I don't really need to use a potion right now, although I think I am going to go ahead and give Phanpy my last berry here. I'm not really worried about running out of them. Berries, even, well, rather, especially the regular ones, aren't really anything that's too important. And here we are on Route 31. This route's going to have mostly the same Pokemon we've encountered so far, with one exception. I believe you can start running into Bellsprouts starting on this route. Bellsprout is a grass poison type that's not too bad to have early on. Well, you know, I say it's not too bad to have, but I will warn you that if you do plan on using a Bellsprout, it's not going to be very effective at all for the first two gyms. Bellsprout's main strength is probably that it starts with Vine Whip as its basic attack, rather than like a tackle or a scratch kind of a situation. Because Vine Whip is a grass attack, and being a grass Pokemon, Bellsprout will get same type attack bonus from it. The drawback of that is grass isn't very effective against bug or poison types, which are both very frequent in the early game. That said though, Bellsprout is still relatively decent if you want to try to use one. Looks like we got another potion here, as well as a cave to our right here. Let's go see what this is all about. Let's actually read the sign here as well. Dark Cave. How dark could it possibly be? Whoa. Now I'm gonna let you hear the music here for a moment, because I really like this music. Uh-oh. Yeah, just some more Geodudes here. I am still going to try to avoid them, though, because at this point we still only have, like, Tackle as our only offensive move. And it's really not worth the time to try to sit here and fight them. Now, as you can see, it's way too dark to see in this cave, so I wouldn't normally advise going any further. However, yeah, you can see there is an item over here, and I will try to feel my way around to try to get that. Okay, if we come up here... Oh, looky here, we got ourselves a Zubat, one of the most common Pokemon, especially in caves, in the game. Now let me see how much one of Elephant's tackles does to it. Okay, that's a decent little bit. Yeah, this is one of Zubat's signature moves here, Leech Life. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it will drain HP. It'll basically restore half of however much damage it deals to you. Since it only dealt 1 damage, it'll only restore 1 HP. Another thing about Zubat is that I am actually going to try to catch one for my team. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. Really, Hexlex? A Zubat? You want a Zubat onto your team? Well, the answer is actually yes, because I think Zubat gets a pretty unfairly bad rep. And you see we caught Zubat here. Alright. Now we get the Pokedex entry here, and... let's see, that was a girl Zubat, right? So I do have a name in mind I want to give to her. Yeah, we'll name her Barbara after Batgirl. But yeah, I know what you're probably thinking. Like, really? You're gonna get... That is how you spell Barbara, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. I should know. I mean, my grandmother's name is Barbara, but... anyway, yes, I do actually want a Zubat for my team. Like I said, I think Zubat gets kind of an fairly bad rep. Let's see if I can try to feel my way around this cave here. I'm just trying to get over to that item there. Now, I went too far down. I think I have to go... okay, up a little bit and then maybe to the right. As well as try to avoid all these random encounters. Yeah, if I can finish my sentence here, Zubat definitely gets an unfairly bad rep because they're so common. Even though they are very common, Zubat is actually a pretty good Pokemon. Zubats are fast, and their early moves, like Leech Life, aren't very good. But later in the game, they will actually get a pretty solid moveset. And when I say they're fast, I mean they are very, very fast. Okay, now you see we're coming down the right side of the item here. Yeah, you might notice we hopped over ledge here and we can get a potion. Probably not worth all that time I spent trying to feel around. Oh god, and here's the fun part. Now we have to find our way out. Yeah, basically that potion is between two ledges there. Yeah, I'm gonna run from these encounters in here. Yeah, that potion is between two ledges, so it's just a matter of trying to find our way over to the other one. Here it is. And there we go, we found our way out. Now, when you left, you might have noticed for a brief moment, you could see, actually, a little bit of the cave when we left there. So that's actually a pretty good way of trying to tell where you are. But, let me see, do I really need a potion here? No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm not going to start leveling up Barbara until we get to another Pokemon Center to heal her up. But, yeah, like I said, Zubat gets an unfair rep. It's got good attack, and it's very, very, very fast. Which is why I definitely want one for my team. Hot Pocket does have above average speed, whereas Elephant has a little bit below average. So with the other Pokemon I'm going to be getting, I do plan on getting some that are a little bit slower. So I kind of want to use Barbara there to shore up that weakness. What the heck, let's just go on and fight this bug catcher here. A lot of Pokemon, huh? Let's see how many Pokemon he has. Whoa, 4 of them. That's more than I have. Yeah, fortunately though, since this trainer has a lot of Pokemon, yeah, they're all going to be pretty low level. The game's pretty good about that. Generally, as a rule of thumb, the more Pokemon a trainer has, the lower level each of those Pokemon will be. With the exception of a few bosses. Oh boy, another Caterpie, yep. Yeah, these bug catchers just tend to have a lot of Caterpies. I think this one does have a Weedle, though, at some point. At least I kind of hope he does, anyway. I'm a little bit sick of just fighting all these Caterpies. Yeah, again, that's the thing about the early game of Pokemon. It does tend to go a little bit slowly, again, just because your attacks aren't doing much damage. You don't have a huge variety of attacks, and there's not... Attacks, not attacks. Okay, speaking of variety, though, here's a Weedle. And there's generally not a huge variety of Pokemon, though. This game is a little bit of an exception, though. We actually have seen quite a few different kinds of Pokemon. As opposed to the first generation, Red, Blue, and Yellow, where you'd really only see Rattatas and Pidgeys up to this point. But yeah, you see that Poison Sting, even with a critical hit, only did 1 point of damage. That's because Elephant resists Poison-type attacks, being a Ground-type Pokemon herself. Okay, got this last Caterpie to take out here. Now you can see from my PowerPoints, I only have 2 tackles left with Elephant. So if these 2 tackles don't finish off this Caterpie, like if I miss here, I'm going to have to switch over to Hot Pocket. Because, well, the only move I'll have left is Growl, and I won't be able to damage Caterpie. Now, if you run out of moves altogether, which probably won't happen to you, honestly, it's extremely rare for that to happen, but if you run out of moves altogether, you'll use a move called Struggle, which you can only use when you have no power points whatsoever. Struggle has a very low base power and does recoil damage, meaning you take about, I think, 1/4 of the damage you deal to your opponent whenever you use it. So, yeah, try not to get down to 0 PP, although it's going to be really, really hard for that to be the case. Okay, we just got a little bit more tall grass here, and once we come to this building here, let's see what this guy has to say. I haven't visited Sprout Tower, I haven't even seen it yet. And here we are in Violet City, and there's a Pokemon Center right over here. Thank goodness. Woo! So I think what I'm going to do at this point, kind of like the last episode, I'm going to stop here between episodes and try to grind up some levels for Barbara there, so that she can be kind of on par with the rest of our party. But what are we going to do now that we've come to Violet City? What else is there to explore? Maybe that Sprout Tower the guard was mentioning? Well, we'll find out next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal! This is XX, signing out. Have a good day.